وإسماعيل وإدريس وذا الكفل كل من الصابرين وأدخلناهم في رحمتنا إنهم من الصالحين صدق الله العلي العظيم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. My respected elders and my young brothers and friends, I've just recited before you two brief verses from Surah Al-Anbiya, in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes the mention of three persons. Three personalities have been mentioned in these two verses. Allah is saying to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and remember Ismail and Idris and Dhul-Kifl. Kullu min as-sabirin. Each of them used to observe patience. Out of these three personalities, two are very well known. They have been mentioned in several places of the Quran. Prophet Ismail, son of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, Prophet Idris alayhi salatu wasalam, these two prophets have been mentioned, and there is no doubt in their prophethood. They have been mentioned in the Quran in various places. But the third personality which has been mentioned here is Zul-Kifl. There is a difference of opinions among the ulama and the commentators whether he was a prophet or he was just a wali of Allah, a saint of Allah. Imam Ibn Jarir, he writes on the authority of Imam Mujahid rahimahullah regarding Zul-Kifl, who Zul-Kifl was. Some say he was a prophet. Imam Ibn Kathir rahimahullah, he says his opinion is that because he has been included with Idris, his name has been included with the name of the Prophet Ismail and Idris, so therefore he is too prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But others, they say no, he was just a saint of Allah, a wali of Allah. Imam Ibn Jarir rahmatullah alayhi, the Imam of Tafsir, he mentions that who Dhul-Kifl was. He mentions that Hazrat Yasa alayhi salatu wasalam, a prophet of Allah, when he became old, very weak, he wanted to appoint someone as his deputy so that he can carry on the duties of prophethood in his lifetime. So he assembled his companions on one occasion, one day, and he made an announcement that I would like to select someone to become my deputy because I have become old, weak, and I want someone to carry on and perform my duties while I am alive. But the condition is, the one who will be my deputy, providing he possesses 3 qualities. If anyone has these 3 qualities, then he will be selected and appointed for being my deputy. Number 1, he has to fast through the whole year. Around the whole year he has to fast. And number 2, he should be the one who be standing in the prayer all night. And the 3rd quality, he should never lose his temper. If any of you possess these qualities, then he may stand up and let me know that he has these qualities. Nobody stood, except one young man stood up who was not known to anyone. He stood up and he said, I have these 3 qualities. Hazrat Yasa alayhi salatu salam rejected his claim. He said, no. So, after some days, Yasa alayhi salatu salam, again he called for the meeting, for the gathering. He called all his companions and he made the very same announcement that I am looking for a deputy who should have these 3 qualities. So from among the gathering, nobody stood up except that very young man who stood up in the first gathering. So again, Yasa alayhi salatu wasalam asked him, do you really possess these 3 qualities? He said, yes. I fast through the whole year. I stand in the prayer the whole night, and I never lose my temper. So anyhow, he was selected as a deputy of Hazrat Yasa alayhi salatu salam. Now when he was selected, what he used to do, he would only sleep in 24 hours in the afternoon for a little while. He used to have a short nap. Now can I just shed some light on this nap, afternoon sleeping, which is known as qailula. And this afternoon nap is a sunnat of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Some years ago, I myself read this in Daily Express newspaper. A German doctor, he came to this conclusion and he said, people, in order to get rid of their tiredness, they drink tea. He said if they take a little nap in the afternoon, this will suffice them. And this will get rid of their tiredness. And this quotation of another doctor, Dr. G. Alec Austin, who wrote many books, you know what he said? He said, if the matter was in my hand, and if I had the authority, I would order all the factory workers, those who work in shops, all the trading centers, I would tell them to close them at afternoon and just take a little short nap. He said this would reduce the number of the people who come to doctors. He said the people who become very, who catch so many diseases is because of not having a full rest. Because afternoon nap is something that if somebody adopts this, he will remain safe from all the illnesses. And this is Sunnah of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Imagine this is Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We may not take it as something very important, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala behind every Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has placed a benefit. Whether we understand or we don't understand, there is a benefit in that Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And also we should keep this in our mind. We cannot reach Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We cannot gain the closeness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala without following the way of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Our Aslaf predecessors have been found saying that we reached to this status through the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We cannot become the beloved of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala without following the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If anyone desires to become beloved of Allah, then the solution is that he has to follow Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. قُلْ إِن كُنْتُمْ تُحِبُّونَ اللَّهَ فَاتَّبِعُونِي يُحْبِبْكُمُ اللَّهُ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, oh my beloved, say to the people, إِن كُنْتُمْ تُحِبُّونَ إِن كُنْتُمْ, if you claim that you love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, فَاتَّبِعُونِي, then you should follow me. يُحْبِبْكُمُ اللَّهُ. Then Allah, in return, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will love you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will love, meaning you will become the beloved of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So taking a little rest and a sleep in the afternoon is the confirmed sunnah and established sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And in our aslaf, they are such, they would even adopt even a very little sunnah of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We found our aslaf, when our Hadrat Mullah Yusuf Mutala rahmatullah alayhi, he in year 2011 he also came to Leeds. He came, it was afternoon he came, and he came to my house. He had a food there, and then he said to us, I need to have a kailula. So wherever they go, they try not to miss the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Hazrat Zul-Kifl, in 24 hours he would only take a rest in the afternoon, a little nap. And besides that, he wouldn't. This was the time he would take a rest. So it is mentioned that when he was selected as a deputy of Hazrat Isa alayhi salatu wasalam, and it was a time for him in the afternoon to take a nap. While he was going to take his nap, now the Iblis, he said to his aides, allies, look, Zul-Kifl has been selected, the deputy of Yasa. Now all my aides, I want you to go. I want you to go and make him do such a thing that he is proved wrong and false before Yasa alayhi salatu wasalam. Go and make him lose his temper, because he has made a claim that he never loses his temper. So go and make him lose his temper, so that he is proved wrong, because he made a claim in the majlis, in the gathering, that he has these three qualities. On the basis of these three qualities, he has been selected as a deputy of Hazrat Yasa alayhi salatu. So I want you to go on, make such a plan that he loses the temper, and then he loses this job, his post of being a deputy. So you know what they said? They said, he is beyond our power. They said to Iblis, he is beyond our power. We cannot do anything much. So he said, well, leave it to me. I will take care of it. So it is mentioned that Zul-Kifl, while he was going to his room to take a little nap, a short nap, a rest, he was about to take a nap. Someone comes and knocks at the door. And when he knocks on the door, he asks, who is it? He replies, it was Iblis. He said, I am an old man who has been oppressed and tortured by his relatives, by his family. So I have come to seek justice from you. So Zul-Kifl started to talk to him. Well, if you come to my court, and then I will make sure that you are given the justice. So Iblis, who was in the form of human being, he prolonged the talk to the extent now for Zul-Kifl there was no time left to take a little nap. And it was a time for him to go to the court now and sit, and the people used to bring some cases to him. And here, now without a sleep, he had to leave his room. And he said to the Iblis, who was in the form of a human being, well, you come to the court and I will make sure that you get a justice. So Iblis went, and Zul-Kifl didn't get a chance to sleep, and he had to go in the evening to sit in the court. And now the story is a bit long, inshallah, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala time. It's already been 50 minutes. Inshallah, as you all know, every week our majlis, our circle of Tafsir Quran is followed by Majlis Zikr. If you have time, please do join us upstairs for the Majlis Zikr and Majlis Dhul Sharif. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina wa MOHAMMED wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa barik wa sallim. Rabbi ighfir warham.